Hi, welcome to the tubing workout. I'm Lara.
And I'm Dan.
We're going to take you through a series of exercises today, solely using tubing resistance.
Exercise tubing is great because it's light, you can travel with it, it's not expensive, so it's very useful kind of stuff. If you don't have a set of tubing or you don't know where to get some, you can buy some from gettingfit.com. Lara's going to start us out with a series for the hips, so take it away.
I've already put the tubing around my ankles. Sometimes they come in a single piece, or you can just buy a long one and tie it so that you can change the resistance as you get stronger.
I'm going to do it without.
Okay, so we're going to start feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to start with what's called abduction. We're working those hips, so we are going to extend one leg out to the side. It's not a really large movement, but you do want to lead with the heel, and what we want to watch here is that you're connected with that belly, pulling it against your spine so it protects everything. We don't want to see a lot of movement here in the pelvic region. So we're pushing through the heel. You feel that a little bit?
Yeah, it's
Even
good.
without resistance,
it's kind of hard without resistance. That's good.
And you get a little balance work going on the left side.
We ready to switch?
Are you feeling it?
Great.
Okay,
we'll switch to the other side. If you find that you need some help with the balance, you can certainly do this kind of stuff resting your hand on a chair or a desk or a wall or something like that. But
absolutely.
Since Lara's so tough, she doesn't need any balance help.
Most people do need to start out with their hands on a chair, and that seems to work pretty well. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, how you doing there?
Loving it.
And 1. Okay. That's normal to lose your footing a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to start with the right foot. We're going to do hip flexion. I'm going to point the toe up towards the ceiling, flex it up, and I'm going to extend. And it's not going to be a very big movement, so don't try to come up really high. And again, we want to make sure there's very, very, very little to no movement here.
Yeah, that's an important tip. As you do this kind of a movement, you want to make sure there's not a lot of hinging in the lower back. You want to hold that lower spine nice and tight. And the only movement is right here at the hip joint.
That's right. So how about one more after this?
Okay.
And we'll switch sides. And I'm going to go from the side so that I can show you what it looks like when there's no movement and my spine is nice and neutral.
Yeah.
Breathing. That's good, Dan.
The knee is straight. This is really engaging the hip flexor group and the quadricep muscles. And make sure that your toe is pulled up towards your hips so you get a stretch in the calves and the hamstrings as you do this too.
Well, I can really feel that.
Yeah.
It's like we're on a leg machine. Okay, let's take that down. The next one's called ankling.
Ankling.
What we're going to do is actually bring the knee straight up and flex that toe up towards you again and drop it back down and lift and lower. And again, my movement's not going to be very big because of my band that's around my ankles.
I can do it a little bigger, so
and I'm
that's
still
what we'll
feeling it.
Yeah, it's still not easy.
And if I let go here and don't concentrate on keeping my abs really tight, I will go toppling over. So make sure that you're really connected with your center there. Good. How about 2 more?
You got it.
So about 12 reps on each will be great. And let's switch sides.
All right.
There you go.
Hang in there with us.
We know it's not easy. You can do it.
We like to get exercises that people can do in a small space that don't require a lot of equipment or a lot of space. You can really get a lot of work done just in your living room or in your office.
That's right.
So hopefully you'll get a lot of good out of this series.
1 more. Okay. Nice. My legs feel warm. How about yours?
We did forwards. We got to do backwards.
Ooh, backwards.
All right.
Oh, you had to remind me. Okay, we're going back to that right leg. You're going to extend the leg behind me. And once again, really making sure that there is no arch in the back, so it's not a big movement. Thanks.
Notice how still this is as Lara's doing it.
And it's hard
Just
work.
a little bit of movement that you can get. That's perfect. This is for the hamstrings and the glutes. Those are the muscles that pull the leg back behind you.
Woo!
You getting ready to switch?
You can really feel this on the standing leg. Getting a lot of stability work done there.
Right.
Ready to switch?
Okay, I'm going to stand out of the way.
Okay.
All right. I'll do it with you this way.
Thanks. Don't let me suffer alone. It's amazing when you start this out, you might not believe how much you feel in the standing leg. And it's a good thing because it only gets stronger.
Right. And remember, once again, if you do need the balance help, you're welcome to put your hands on a chair or a desk or a wall. Don't want anybody falling over.
That's right. Or a good friend that will stand next to you and hold you up.
Yeah. All right.
Done.
We're done with that. I'm tired of not having any tube.
Okay.
Get a piece out.
We're going to do some squats. I'm going to just bring my tube a little higher up.
And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to stand on the tubing and hold on to the handles, and I'm going to pull it up into this position right here.
And if that's a little too hard, you can leave it by your sides.
Yeah.
This is really good so that my knees stay in line, so that my tracking is good. Knees stay over the toes. We're actually going to go right into a squat. Ready?
I'm ready.
Squatting down. and up to the top. Inhaling and exhaling.
One of the important things with the variation that Lara is doing is that tube wants to pull the thighs in to the middle like that, and so she's got to forcibly press the thighs out to keep the knees in line with the ankles. So it's a very difficult way to do it. It's really good for the butt muscles.
That's right. I'm smiling, but I feel it.
And the resistance that I have in this variation is against the pushing up towards the ceiling. So it's making my legs work a little bit harder than it would without the tube.
How about 2 more?
You got it.
Of course, our count is off, so you can count what better for yourself at home. All right, and then we're going to the side step.
Okay, lead the way.
So we're just going to step side to side, back and forth. And that's it. We just have that resistance pushing to the outside. Those hips are really working.
Mm-hmm.
Feel it. And I like to do this one actually for about, a minute to 2 minutes as opposed to counting 12 reps. It's a great endurance exercise, building a lot of good muscular endurance, and it's quite functional because we do need these muscles to support us all day.
I hope you're not going to make me do a minute or 2 of this.
A minute and a half left for you.
I don't think I can hang.
I think for purposes of this, we will say we're done.
Okay.
Good.
Fantastic.
Take off that tube and
take
go
off
to
the
the
tube.
next one.
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some upper body movements with the tubing as resistance. So I'm going to have Lara do a pulling movement. It's called a row. I'm going to step over here. There we go.
It's a little fancy way to get a nice home workout.
Yeah, if you look at the instruction section of this video, you'll learn how to use the door anchor like that. So what we're going to do, Lara, is we're going to split your feet a little bit, front and back.
Okay.
So you have a good broad base of support. And from here, we're going to take those shoulder blades and we're going to squeeze them together. And the elbows are going to continue to pull all the way back. Perfect.
That feels good.
Yeah. The main purpose of the row is to make sure that the shoulder blades pull together in towards the center of the spine. It's not about where the hands go.
It's not just an arm pull where there's no movement in the back. I'm really squeezing those shoulder blades together.
Absolutely. And with everything, notice how solid she is in the waist here. There's nothing moving in the spine. That's great. Let's do 2 more. What do you say?
2 more is good.
Perfect.
More than 2.
All right. Now Lara's going to turn around. We're going to do a pushing movement next. So we're going to set it up the same way with the feet split front and back.
I'm going to switch feet just to
get fancy. All right. Now what we're going to do is a pushing movement. In fact, let's get fancy and alternate arms.
Okay.
Okay. We'll have one out, one back, and then we're going to alternate sides. Punch the arm out.
And I really feel this in my abdominals, just trying to stay in control so I don't lose my balance.
Yeah, the tubing wants to pull you backwards like
Mm-hmm.
that, so you got to keep that crunch down while you do this.
So it's a lot harder than it looks.
Look how tough your arm muscles are.
Thank you.
Man,
I'm pretty tough.
you're going to have to get a better partner here to do this, somebody who can keep up with you.
You're right.
How about 2 more?
Good.
There's 1, and there's 2. All right.
Woo!
Perfect.
Nice.
Nice job. While we're here, let me demonstrate the hitchhiker, since that's one of my favorite shoulder
It
exercises. It's very similar to a row, where it's all about the shoulder blade movement, but what we're going to do is we're going to leave the arms straight and we're going to rotate the hands. So it looks like this. We start with the palms in front, and you begin by pulling the shoulder blades together and rotating the hands so the thumbs go backwards, just like you're hitchhiking.
Very nice.
Yeah.
See all that nice scapular movement here. The shoulder blades are coming together as he pulls. Nice squeeze. That's great.
Good.
See all those muscles working.
This is a really important shoulder injury prevention exercise because it teaches people how to move the arm with the shoulder blades. Because a lot of people who have shoulder problems don't have good mechanics when it comes to the arm and shoulder blade movement. So this is a great way to sort that out.
And posturally, think about all the people that are really hunched over. It's such a wonderful exercise to help keep you upright.
Absolutely.
Very
How about
nice.
one more?
One more looks perfect.
Hitchhiker.
Good.
All right. Nice.
Very nice.
Let's do a pulling exercise face down.
Okay.
I'm going to stand on the tube in the center.
Okay.
Great. I'm going to lean forwards with a tight spine so the back looks like this and not all hunched over. And then what we're going to do from here is we're going to pull both of those elbows back. Yeah. And make sure that your shoulders pull back towards the center of the spine and you're not hunching up.
Feels good.
That's great. If you want to get fancy, you can do alternating sides just like we did with the pushing stuff over there. Yeah.
And a lot of this tubing, the tubing comes in packages of different colors, and you can change resistance for different exercises.
Let's switch sides.
I'm glad you make sure that we're even. Thank you.
I'm still alternating sides. If you want to get fancy, you can add a little bit of a turn at the trunk Just make sure that the main part of the movement is still the shoulder blade pulling back against the other one. How you doing over there?
I'm counting.
How you doing out there?
Keeping up with us.
Let's do 2 more. There's
that's
1.
Exactly 12. Nice.
And there's 2.
Perfect.
While we're standing here, I want to get some trunk rotation. Okay.
I'll come spot you on that one.
That'd be great. If I had a door over here, I could attach the handle. But what we're going to do is a twisting exercise, and we're going to use the tube as resistance. So I'm going to start with my feet apart, punch the arms out like that, and clamp the abs down nice and tight so my back does not arch. And then I'm going to twist the waist, just like that.
You're strong. Let's do that again.
All right, 2 hands.
I got you. Good.
Yeah.
It's a nice strong trunk almost
Thank
pulling
you.
me across. Thank you. Very good.
I've got a good coach, that's why.
Wonderful. You can just see that those abs working.
Rotation is a really important exercise. You can't neglect twisting movements and side bending movements. A lot of times when people put their, let's switch sides. A lot of times when people put their exercise programs together, they do lots of forwards abs, but not enough twisting or side bending. You ready?
Ready.
Okay.
I forgot you were so strong over there. Very nice.
How's it looking?
Looks great.
Great.
Can you see your obliques working?
Yeah, the oblique muscles, if you want to get fancy, are the primary twisters. Also works a lot of muscles in the lower back.
And those hips, those glutes are working too.
Yeah. How about 2 more?
2 more is good.
Stay with me out there. I know it's tough. Okay.
Nice job.
All right. Thank you. You're an excellent anchor.
Thank you. Okay, so we go for some overhead presses, side raises, some shoulder work.
Shoulder work would be next on the list.
Let's step on our tube. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Yours is a little harder than mine, so you're going to use one.
Yeah, I'll do a
foot?
single step.
Okay, so either stance works. We're going to start with, I'm actually going to do a lateral raise, which we've done in this series before with dumbbells, and Dan's going to do an overhead press.
I'm going to do the overhead press.
Both shoulder movements. His a little bit more advanced than mine, so let's go. Out and back down. I'm keeping my hands nice and neutral, keeping my abs nice and tight, breathing. How you doing there on that one?
I am loving it. I
Good.
like overhead press.
That's good. That
good.
one's hard.
Yeah.
Mine's hard
One of
too.
the things that makes tubing a little bit different than dumbbells is that the more you stretch the tube, the more resistance you get. So with dumbbells, the weight's always the same when you're pressing up like this, but with the tubing, the farther you stretch it, the harder it gets. So it's harder and harder and harder as you get towards the top.
How about
All
2
right.
more?
2 more. You got it.
You thought you
You
were
were
done.
so tough on me.
I know.
Okay. While we're in this position, let's just go straight to a bicep curl, okay?
Perfect.
So we're going to stand on the tube with both feet, palms forwards. We're just going to bend the elbows, hold it for a second, straighten them back out.
You want to make sure on those bicep curls that the elbow does not come too far forward. So you find yourself doing something like this. You want to
Right.
keep the elbows underneath the shoulders.
Well said.
Thank you. Think about just folding that arm in half.
I like that.
Down. Good. And breathe. Still holding my middle nice and tight. Always engaging
Yeah.
those abs.
I hope you are having as much fun as we are.
We hope you're sweating too, because we're sweating over
Yeah. It's not as easy as it looks.
here.
We'll do one more, okay?
One more? Okay.
And then the next thing we're going to do, since we've bent the arm, now we're going to straighten it out. So the way we do that, we stand on the tube. We're going to put one arm up overhead. Now this part of the arm stays still. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to bend the elbow and straighten it out. These muscles are the triceps, and their job is to straighten out the elbow.
Extension. We use those for push-ups. A lot of different movements. Even
Yeah.
when I did my little tubing press over there, when I did my punches, we need those muscles to assist with extension a lot. Feels good. How about 2 more?
You got it.
Remember, about 12 reps at home, building up to 3 sets if you can. Switch sides.
Switching sides. Let's have a contest. We'll see who quits
You
first.
can do more?
I don't think so. I think I'll probably
Me.
lose that. I'm scared to start a contest like that with you.
I love a good challenge, but I have the lighter too. Don't tell him. I'm gonna win. Do 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 do. I feel good. How about you?
It's getting hard.
I won.
All right. How about 3, 2, and 1?
One
Great.
extra. I won.
We hope you have had as much fun with the tubing as we have. That's the end of this circuit. So what you're going to do is rewind a video and do it again 2 or 3 more times until you feel like you've gotten all the work done that you want.